The National Treasury in its supplementary budget too has proposed a 144 billion shillings cut to President William Ruto's maiden budget, bringing it to 3.84 trillion Kenya shillings, a move which has elicited mixed reactions.
Especially sometimes I find very ridiculous that somebody just sits with a pen and decides that is reducing budget estimate for a particular agency without any cause or reason.
Pedigrees are created by this budget cut. So we must find a way of minimizing the budget cuts. And how do? We must look for a linear budget that we can be able to fit.
Cost is a good thing. Going down on budget is a normal course of business and actually informed by the current prevailing circumstances of the business. And the fact that also we can tell that the business environment this financial year has not been so good first because of the forex issues that happened.
Surprisingly, the recurrent expenditure has been cut down by only 31.3 billion to stand at 2.76 trillion Kenya shillings, while development expenditure has been slashed by 112 billion to stand at 649 billion Kenya shillings.
One that suffers most is development. I'll tell you the reason why. You will not reduce salaries. You will go to court because by law you are not supposed to reduce. In fact, you are supposed to increase salary.
Reduce the recurrent instead of cutting development, because when you cut development, sometimes the sectors of the economy will suffer more.
This comes even as the Kenya Revenue Authority has so far recorded a 270 billion revenue shortfall, expanding the fiscal deficit to 908 billion, a figure which could potentially hit 1 trillion mark should the body miss its current targets.
Why do you overestimate your targets? You must go gradual.
Domestic borrowing is projected to reduce to 407 billion from 474 billion, while external debt is set to hit 501 billion from the current 412 billion projected at the beginning of this financial year.
I think this culture of borrowing has to be stopped, and impact in terms of where the money goes when it's borrowed needs to be also monitored in terms of the impact that has or comes, or how that is done, the impact it has to the nation.
If you open that particular window of borrowing extra, it is not the cure at all, because we are trying to seal a wood that's already in place. We have already indebted the country, both borrowing locally and internationally. And if we are to close the bridge, we must reduce that appetite of borrowing.
The worrying situation is said to mount pressure on the revenue collection body as it tightens its belt to realize the revised 2.4 trillion revenue target for the current financial year. Joel Chacha, K24 TV, Nairobi.